Hi everyone, I'm Farmer Jolly and welcome back to our realistic series on Kinlaig. Now, we are busy harvesting the contract that we took out in the last episode. We are on the 4th headland and I think we're probably going to do one more because the maximum number of headlands we can set for the AI worker is 5. So we'll do 5 headlands and then set a worker off on this and go and unload the first trailer load. But it's going really well. I don't know how much we're actually going to be able to keep for ourselves, if any, but hopefully it will be a decent amount because we need to get a lot of lime and fertilizer for our own fields. Now, we have got the field that the worker was cultivating. That's all done, and I've set the worker off doing the other field that we have that needed to be cultivated, and we can then try and see if we can actually plant. I think we were going to do canola. Yeah, it was canola. If we can't, the plan will be to wait until the next month and we will sell the seeder and power harrow and lease a seeder just to get the 3 fields done so that we can actually have a crop growing that we can harvest. That will be the plan, but hopefully our little seeder will work. So we've got just over 50% of the tank full, so I think we can get around one more time. Let's just position ourselves a bit better. Now, we aren't collecting the straw because obviously it's not very realistic to steal a farmer's straw, so we aren't dropping any, just to keep it looking relatively neat. At least we've not got to drive too far to deliver it. So there is a lot to do, especially as we have to go backwards and forwards quite a bit to be able to take all the machines back to the farm. I have installed another very realistic new mod. Manual attach is finally out. It's an absolutely amazing mod, and it just does what it says, really. I have to actually get out of the vehicles to, depending on what the implement is, attach it to the tractor and then connect the PTO if needed and the lights and hydraulic cables. So that's really going to add to the realism. Obviously things like the header, we can pick that up without having to get out, because in real life the combines can just grab the header, but they can't obviously connect the hoses. It's an absolutely amazing mod, and I'm really pleased that it's out. So we now have that to think about as well. At least we are nearly around. We've nearly done 50% of this contract already. We've not delivered anything. So we will definitely unload this time round and we'll get the workers set up. We can also actually have a look at how the worker that's cultivating the field is getting on. Obviously we can only do that in the map. We can't easily go and see them because we can't teleport anywhere. But this is going really well. I'm getting the hang of actually having to harvest without steering assist and being in cab. I really thought I was going to struggle with that, but I think I'm doing okay. I've missed one tiny little bit which I've been back and collected, and it was, I think, about a litre. So I'm not disappointed with that at all. The fact that in all these headlands I've only missed 1 litre of crop. I think that's pretty good going. Oh. Let's turn that worker off. I don't know what button I hit. But it wasn't the one I was expecting to hit. But there we go, the pipe is now out. And we'll get this unloaded. So while it's actually unloading, let's have a quick look. So, where are our fields? Here we go. So the worker's doing okay. So field 23 is now done and ready to go. We've got stubble tillage ground, whatever that means. This is ploughed, field 22. So hopefully our seeder will work. Oh, we are empty. So let's put that away. There's actually only 63% in the trailer, but I think it would make sense to go and unload it. So we've got 5 headlands. Don't work the headlands. Go. And let's jump out. We'll actually need to see where we've got to go. So let's come out of here. So, okay, that's pretty easy. Doesn't really help that the weight is actually to one side, but we should be okay. So, hopefully this isn't going to take too long to get there. Should be a bit faster when we're on the road. Having said that, we aren't really going that fast. Have I forgotten to do something? That's all connected. The hoses are connected. There's nothing here. No, so why are we going so slowly? Maybe it's just because it's very heavy. Ah, yeah, it's just because it's heavy. I really thought we'd forgotten to do something then. There we go, we're getting up to speed now, 22 miles an hour. And by the time we get up to speed, we're going to have to be braking to turn around the corner. So let's get over this bridge, squeeze past the post van, and then it's this way. And then we turn left again. So we're turning into here, but then the game's safe. So once we're in here, where do we go now? Let's just get off the road. So the railroad centre. So, oops. That means, I think, we're going in here, and it looks like we're going round here. I will just double check before we tip anything. There should be a sale point here. So if I drive over, that looks like the right one. So let's get it tipped. There we go. Now I haven't heard anything saying that we've... No, we haven't. Perfect. We didn't get any money. It's 69% transported already. That's brilliant. So that contract is 70% complete, not 50. So we can now get straight back to the field and get it finished. Hopefully it's just going to be one more trailer load But then we've got the fun job of trying to get everything back as easily as possible, which is going to be a fair few journeys. We're going to have to take the combine and the header trailer back, then come back to the field on the quad bike, and then take all of this back over. So I will see you when we are about to sell or deliver the last little bit. Right, so we are nearly finished with this field. I'm just sat in with the worker, and I've spent a bit of money. We bought some lime and fertilizer, as well as the bucket for the front loader and a big bag lifter. Now, we do need a trailer to be able to move all of our bags back to the farm. And I was having a think. So obviously we could go. We'll leave the worker doing that. So we could go for something like this, a flatbed trailer. But I thought it'd be nice to have a trailer that's going to work for our bales when we do bales. Now, these are quite expensive. Obviously, this is quite nice, but it's big and it's expensive. Whereas this is £12,000. We would have it like this, and it's still £12,000. And I think that would be ideal because we can get all of our bales lined up nice and neatly. And I think it's the perfect size. So it's going to cost us, it's going to take our money down to 42,000, but we are going to make quite a bit because there are a couple more fertilizing contracts. So let's do it. Let's buy this. There we go. So we're down to £42,500. This field is nearly done. I think maybe 2 more passes. This field, I think they're on the headlands now. Oh, we're at 80%. And we've not actually had to unload this. So, hopefully... Actually, what we can do is we can get rid of the worker. Turn everything back on, and we might as well finish this ourselves. Yeah, it's going to be a tiny little pass, but that's nothing to worry about. So, we're going to get this field finished. I'm going to then take the combine back and get that parked up, and then it's going to be a lot of backwards and forwards. We're going to bring the ATV back. We'll get this sold and the field, the contract collected, and then go back to the farm, drop the trailer, the ATV, the front box and the weight off, and then back to the store in the JCB to collect all of the bags. Now, have I got enough? Can I do it? I think we've just about done it. Which is going to take us quite a bit of time because there are a lot of bags. Hopefully, we will have enough space to get them all on the trailer. But I will see you when we are all loaded up and can make a start on the... There is another... I've taken one out. There are 3 fertilizing contracts. We've got 2 accepted and we will accept the 3rd. But I will see you when we are back at the farm and ready to make a start on the fertilizing contracts. So, I will see you in a bit. Right, so we've finally got all of the fertilizer and lime back, and the trailer obviously, back to our farm. And we've just got over to field 45, because this is the one that's a bit further away from everything else. So we're going to get this field finished, which shouldn't take us too long. We have filled the fertilizer spreader, so I'm hoping we've got enough without having to go back to the farm. The worker in the New Holland is actually planting. the canola is going in. It worked, which is amazing, which means we don't have to buy or lease a new seeder. So this is going really well. We've done 78% and we've not even done the up and down rows. So I'm hopeful that we will be able to do this relatively quickly, or all of these fields relatively quickly. We've then got a long drive over to field 14 and 16, but as soon as these contracts are done, well, this one is done, but we will, as always, just quickly tidy this little bit up here. As soon as the contracts are done, that's what we're saying, and the field is all planted, we will progress finally into the next month. I did just close the gate behind us, so open that, bring the tractor out and go and shut it again. Oh, try not to shut myself in. So yeah, we can see here it's done quite a bit, so it won't take long. So the next episode we will definitely be in the next month. We can now collect this. There we go. So we are 54,886. Now I have got the mini map open just because actually we need to see where we're going. So onto this road. And I suppose we can just follow it to the store. Do field 14. Jump down and do field 16. Let's get off the pavement. So these fields should not take us long at all. We've got a very, very good working width. And I've tried to keep the farm as neat as possible. So the trailer has been put next to, or in the spare silage bunker. The fertilizer and lime have been stacked neatly in the shed, and the big bag loader and front loader are back in the shed next to the pallet forks, and the bucket is actually in the silo for the grass, because it made more sense to store that there, as that's where it's going to be needed. So everything is going, it's going well. I'm not sure when we're going to need to sell our crops, but I think we've got a fair few months left before we can do that. But we have spent a long time in August. So let's get these two fields done. Right, we are at the final field. Let's get everything turned on. Now we've got about 40% of the left in the hopper, so hopefully it's going to be enough. But once we've done this, it's going to be straight back to our farm, unload any fertilizer if there is any left, and then load up on the lime, because we need to get the field that the worker is doing all covered in lime and fertilizer. So there is a fair bit that I'm going to have to do, and I'll probably do the bulk of it off screen, because I have a feeling that it's going to use a lot of lime, and we've done a lot of fertilizing. So hopefully we've got enough lime. We've got how many? 18 bags of lime, so that's, and each bag contains 2,000 litres, so that's I'm not sure, over 30,000 litres. I think it's about 36,000 litres, which should be more than enough. I'm hoping it's more than enough. but there is only one way to find out, and that is to get the lime down on the fields. So this field is pretty much done. It should just be straight down here now, and we've got 10% left. It's going to be very, very close. We have technically finished the contract, but I just want to try and get this last little bit. We are less than 100 litres. 4%. There we go. So we finished with just over 50 litres left. Right. I'm going to head back to the farm, and we can then get ourselves set up ready to start lime spreading. Actually, what we can do as well is, firstly, we'll see how this is doing. That's going to be starting the headlands very soon, but we can now collect both of these contracts, which is brilliant. Right, I will see you back at the farm. Well, we are back at the farm, so we'll get the solid fertilizer unloaded, these 52 litres, and we can then fill up the fertilizer spreader with lime. So, oh, we are not going to go from there. Right, let's try that again. That's a bit better. So, there we go. That is now unloaded. I'm not sure where it's put it. Just there. Typical. But I don't want to hit the front loader, which we haven't. That's perfect. So let's drop back here, lower this down, and it's, there we go. I think, yeah, it got rid of that 52 litres, which is a shame, but not the end of the world. We will just say that they were stuck in the bottom of the hopper and we couldn't get them out. Right, let's head on over and we'll get ourselves ready to put the lime down on this field, which, as I say, I think it's going to take quite a bit of time. Actually, the lime isn't too bad. We will continue in lime because I want this yield as high as we can get it. And we are definitely improving it in places. Even though we are using it very, very quickly. But it definitely needs it down here. There we go, we are out already. So, I'm going to continue and get this field limed and fertilised. And I will see you in the next month. But we are going to end the episode here for today. So we will start the next episode in the next month. So as always, thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, it would mean a lot if you could hit that like button. And hopefully we'll see you back here for the next one. Thanks again for watching, and bye for now.